This is Culture Uncut. This is Culture Uncut. This is Culture Uncut. I am your host, Jason Spears, and Colt fans, we've got a lot to talk about.
This is Culture Uncut. I'm your host, Jason Spears, coming at you after a 23-17 loss in Indianapolis today. The Jaguars fell down 10-0 in this game and slowly fought their way back to take a 20-17 lead, and then after a late pick, added another field goal to make it 23-17. So the Jags go to 12-4. 6-2 away, while the Colts fall to 8-8, 6-3 at home. We have now lost 6 straight games. So, I'm going to be upfront with you guys. I didn't watch every play of this game because I simply didn't really care. This team has taken so much out of me that I was actually watching a great movie that I've seen before, but I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's called No Country for Old Men. It's got Josh Brolin in it, Tommy Lee Jones, a couple other. Javier Bardem was really good in it. It's a really great movie. I was watching that. It's one of my favorite movies to cheer me up because I love the movie. And kind of flipping between, like watching that and then looking at the Colts. Watching that and looking at the Colts. And what I saw was what I expected. I expected if they had nothing to play for that they would fight the whole way and, give a good effort and be in the game the entire way and have a chance to win. All that stuff was exactly what I said on my last podcast, and that's exactly what happened. But bad teams, or at least superior teams, find a way to win, which Jacksonville did. The Colts, who are clearly not as good as Jacksonville, found a way to lose. Especially when they jump out 10-0 and basically can't really do much after that. One touchdown after the first quarter, so that was the game. There were some bright spots. I have to give a shout out, and I want to give the flowers to Ashton Doolin, who is just an absolute monster on special teams. Whatever they want to give him in an extension, I'm all for, because that guy is such a difference maker in that facet of the game. When we don't have him, our coverage units aren't as good, and we don't return the ball as well. So shout out to Ashton Doolin for keeping the Colts in this game. Had some really good returns, and he's just such a electric special teams player and one of my favorite players on the team. So anyway, I thought the Colts defense was fine. They forced 2 turnovers. Turnover on downs. They held Lawrence to 23 of 37 for 263 with a pick, and really that was probably Trevor Lawrence's worst game in like the last 6 weeks. So the Colts did a pretty good job. One thing I was kind of pissed about is that they even played Sauce in this game, and obviously Sauce got hurt with a calf injury. I just hope it's nothing serious. Dear Colts, do not play any of our major stars next week if they have any injuries. Please. It's not worth it. Signed, me. I don't want to see Sauce out there. He played well when he was out there. You saw a difference in the defense, but it's just not worth it. I don't want to risk another Achilles injury. So get him off the field, Colts. Stop being stupid. And then, so now I think, and then going to the offense, it was not good. Phil probably had his worst game. Played a really good defense, but, they just didn't play very well offensively. They couldn't run the ball. The O-line wasn't great. So, it was a rough game offensively and didn't get the job done. So 8-8. Steichen is now, I think, 2-9 against the Jags and Texans, with a chance to make it, and I think we all know he will. 2-10 next week. That is concerning. When the 2 teams that are the best teams in your conference are beating your ass like you stole your money, their money, then you've got a major problem. And that's what's going on with Steichen. He is just getting his ass absolutely handed to him by the coaches of the Jags and the Texans. Now with the Texans, it's been Nico the whole time, but with Jacksonville, it's been Doug Peterson, and then now Liam Cohen just kicking his ass. So I don't know how that's like. If we can't win division games, and I think we're going to finish 2-4, and the only two wins being the Titans. I don't see how we compete in the division ever. Like we just cannot beat those teams. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm still leading towards they run this back, but I would be completely on board if they just blew it up, because it's just awful. It's all bad, especially the GM. You guys know I bitched about him for many years, and nothing happened. So this year I was trying a different approach, and hopefully it'll work where he gets fired. But anyway, the Colts are in a really bad spot. That can't be said enough, but they do what they do, you know? They when they're expected to win, they play horribly. When they're not expected to win, they play well. And I don't think they played all that great today, but they played well enough to stay in the game, which was less than what we got last week against San Francisco. So there's that. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't. People want me to rant. I don't have rants in me. This team has worn me down to like a little nub. I just don't have any passion left for this season, because it's just there's no hope. Like I don't have anything to get angry. I'm just apathetic at this point. This has been going on for a better part of a decade. Really the whole decade. I mean, we've made the playoffs twice and won one playoff game and no division titles and nothing since 2020. And somebody pointed out to me, both of those those playoff berths were gained on the last weekend of the season in 2018 and 2020. So we haven't had like a cruise into the playoff season since like 2014. So yeah, man, I don't know. It's a bummer, and you know you're seeing Taylor struggle because the offensive line can't block, and you've got a quarterback that can't throw the ball down the field. We're not able to get the ball to Pierce as much. Defensively, I thought we played solid. I will say this: the more I watch Nick Cross, the more I don't think he's going to be worth the money. I love the kid; he's from Maryland, but I think I might go another direction. He just doesn't make enough big plays for me, and he's constantly missing tackles and not being in the right spot. So just I think I would be willing to move on from him. I'm not paying him like $14 million a year or whatever it's going to be. You can find somebody to do the job a little less as good as him for a much cheaper price. So but I do like our secondary, and hopefully it can get healthy, because I think that's what we're going to have to build around going forward, because our front seven is just garbage. Although I thought Tommy played well today, and Latu was good. Pratt played well. Pratt's legitimately a better linebacker than Zaire, period. End of story. It's not even an argument anymore. So I hope, I'll get into all the moves and stuff that I hope they do at another time. But there's only one more left, guys, and you're going to get the Riley Leonard experience, which I've wanted for all the fans who think that we've just been stashing Joe Montana in the cut to bring him out for a meaningless game, like we wouldn't have played him before if he was so great. But you're going to get to see what I'm telling you, that he's not ready to play, and he's not good enough to play at this level, because they are going to annihilate him. He's going to be blitzed into oblivion with a bad offensive line. I mean, it is what it is, but people need to see it. I didn't like the pick of Leonard to begin with. I thought it was a wasted pick. You can get an undrafted free agent to be a golfing buddy and not waste a draft pick on it. I mean, I would have gone for an actual player besides a golfing buddy, but that's not me. That's Chris Ballard. And that's a whole nother story. And hopefully Chris Ballard has one more game left with this organization, and then he's fired into the sun. So, and I was just talking about this on Twitter, just a little off-color comedy, I guess. I'm not a betting person. I've never bet on anything because I'm such a bad judge of stuff like that. But if you guys remember, when we were playing Jacksonville the first time, Jacksonville, where we've lost for 10 straight years until that game and now 11, was we were actually favored going into Jacksonville. So I put $1,000 down on that game and won 2,500. So yeah, man. If you ever want to make some money, just bet on the Colts in Jacksonville and bet on the Colts in Pittsburgh. I looked at our schedule next year. We obviously play in Jacksonville and we obviously play in Pittsburgh. There are two games. I don't care how bad either team is or how great we look, we will not win. So I would advise you as your non-financial advisor, bet on those two games because the Colts are definitely going to whatever the spread is, they're going to not cover it. So. Um, that's my new thing for 2026. If nothing changes or very little changes, I'm just going to become a degenerate gambler and I'm just going to bet on this team to lose, mostly just the Jacksonville and Pittsburgh game, but maybe a few other games and obviously down the stretch because that's when they do their best work. That's when they gag the most. They gag like a porn star down there. So that's when they do their best work. That's when I'll do my best work. So I figure I'll make them work for me, you know what I'm saying? Instead of me giving them money all the time, they'll be giving me money. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know what you guys are going to do, but that's how I'm going to get through 2026. I hope you have a better way to do it than me, but that's what my plan is. Going forward, I'm not doing a pregame for Houston. I will do a quick post game. There's not a whole hell of a lot that there is going to be to talk about. I'm not going to dissect the game because who cares? I mean, it's just we lose. Doesn't matter if it's by 40 or 3. It's a loss, and even if we win, it doesn't mean anything. So, um, I'll probably do a podcast about like what I think that needs to be done, but I'll probably wait till the season ends for that personnel wise because I've really been going through it and kind of looking at it, and I think there's some moves that I would definitely make going forward. So with that, what do you guys want to talk about like in the off season? What do you give me some topics? Draft, free agency, trades. What do you want me to tackle? I can tackle whatever, and share your thoughts on on where you're at with this team. Do you just not care anymore for now? Are you? I've seen some people that are boycotting 2026 if Ballard comes back. Are you guys at that point? I'm not gonna. Obviously, I'm gonna do this show because I do it for the fans. So like, I'm gonna do it regardless. Um, Even if it's a horrible year, I know there's gonna be Colt fans out there that are suffering just like me. So that's why I do this. I don't do it for any other reason other than to either commiserate when we lose and let kind of have each other's back and celebrate when we win, which I really enjoyed doing for the first 10 weeks of this season. But unfortunately, the last 6 weeks have been commiserating losing, which sucks. So, but anyway, I want to get your overall thoughts, where you're at with the team, how you feel about what's going on. What do you want Carly to do? What do you want me to do on the show going forward? Just whatever you want to leave. I always appreciate your comments and your support. And man, I don't know how Ballard survives this. I really don't. I just don't. I don't know how you can survive this because he would be going into his 10th year. He hasn't made the playoffs since 2020. And he's had some epic choke jobs. I would have fired him after 21, 22, 23, 24. I mean, I bitched and bitched and bitched to the point where I've bitched myself to death with this guy. So I'm just not going to bitch anymore and just say whatever and see if that reverse, psychology works. So, and I never like calling for people's jobs. This isn't personal. It's never personal with this stuff. I don't want people to think I'm like attacking this dude personally. I'm not. I'm just his job. The job he's done has not been good enough. That's the bottom line. So, that's really all I got, guys. I mean, I'll be honest. I came on here. I didn't really have an outline. I mean, who really wants to talk about the game? The game was the game. We had a chance to win. Our offense couldn't do anything after we scored 10 points to start the game. We had no running game. Our O line wasn't great. A lot of penalties. John Taylor not rushing for 3 yards per carry. You're just not, and turning the ball over. You're not going to win. Well, the defense played well enough to win. The offense didn't. Special teams was fine. So going forward, man, we just get through the season, get on to the next calendar year, and start trying to fix this train wreck. That's where I'm at. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much, guys, for always supporting me and good years, bad years, all the way back through for the culture. I never take any of this for granted. No, I don't have a huge channel, but I really appreciate each and every one of you guys that do subscribe and come in and leave comments and take time and do those things. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I really do appreciate it. Um, and I'll try to do more stuff this off season and give you more content because you deserve it. You're certainly not getting it from the Colts, so I'll try to do better and get more into draft stuff and free agent stuff and just talk more ball, because honestly, it's more fun talking about possibilities with trades and free agency and the draft than it is talking about the actual team playing games because they just cannot win them. So anyway, that's my plan going forward, guys. I hope you had a great holiday. I'm sorry the Colts couldn't win a game for you, but I mean, at this point, I think we all know we're asking too much for them to actually win a game. And before I wrap this up, I just want to say a special thank you to Philip Rivers, who came off the couch and tried to save our season. Unfortunately, it was too big of a hole for us to crawl out of, and a lot of deficiencies and injuries impacted his ability to affect the games, I think, especially the O-line injuries and stuff like that. But man, kudos to that guy. He's a gamer. I love Phil. He's a Hall of Fame player. He did the best he could. I think for a 44-year-old guy that came off the couch, he did a good job. Then that's all you can really ask. There were people that thought this was going to be an unmitigated disaster, and it really wasn't. Yes, we lost all 3 games, but it really wasn't because of him. Maybe today partially, but like the other 2 games, he didn't have any negative plays and kept us in the game and really did it all 3 games outside of the San Francisco game, which our defense could not get off the field. So I just wanted to thank Philip. I know he's gutted because he couldn't help get us to the playoffs. But man, real Colt fans appreciate you and know what you stand for, and the balls that it takes to come off the couch at 44 and come out and sling the rock around one more time. Take some stones, man, and I have all the respect in the world for Phil, and I wish him the best. I'd love to have him on the coaching staff at some point, but I know he's got like 12 kids, and so he's probably going to want to coach most of them, and I get that. But if there's ever a chance for us to bring Phil in to be like a quarterback coach, I'm all in on that. But yeah, I just wanted to end the show with something positive. I thought the Phil experiment, while it didn't work in wins and losses, I thought it was fun. I think we'll see Riley Leonard this weekend, and that's going to be a disaster. But, it's what everybody wanted, so we'll get to see Riley Leonard against the #1 defense in the league, and I'm sure it'll go well. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. Happy holidays. Enjoy your week, the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, all the college football stuff. Have a great week, man. I hope everybody has a blessed week and has a lot of fun. And I will talk to you maybe sometime during the week if I can think of something that I want to do a show on that's more positive. Otherwise, it'll be after the Houston game for the moratorium of this season. So enjoy your week, guys. Sorry the Colts couldn't get us a win today, but I mean, you kind of knew they wouldn't. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up and say thank you so much for listening. This has been Culture Uncut. I'm your host, Jason Spears. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great week.